The cosmic landscape, beneath a canopy of endless night, before the glow of cities drowned the heavens, the world was darker, and the stars were brighter. In deserts where the horizon stretched unbroken, in valleys where rivers whispered through fertile soil, in jungles where stone pyramids rose above the trees, ancient eyes turned skyward. The heavens were not distant, they were alive. A map, a calendar, a code written in fire. And from these skies, civilizations drew power, knowledge, and mysteries that still haunt us. Lands beneath the stars. Along the Nile, the river's pulse was tied to the rising of Sirius. Each year, as the bright star appeared in the dawn, the floodwaters returned, renewing Egypt with life. Priests declared it the tear of Isis, a goddess mourning her lost husband. To farmers, it was a signal of survival. On the plains of Mesopotamia, Babylonian scribes pressed patterns into clay, tracking the wandering of planets. Their tablets revealed cycles that would not be rediscovered for centuries. Far across the ocean, in the jungles of Central America, the Maya watched Venus with unbroken devotion. To them, its brilliant light foretold war, fate, and prophecy. Their temples rose in perfect alignment with equinox sunrises. Their calendars spun in intricate cycles, predicting eclipses with uncanny precision. Different lands, different peoples, yet everywhere the same sky and the same obsession. Monuments written in stone. The land itself became a mirror of the heavens. In Egypt, the three great pyramids of Giza stand as a stone reflection of Orion's belt. Their perfect alignment defies time, anchoring eternity to the stars. On the Salisbury Plain of England, Stonehenge greets the rising sun of midsummer. Its massive stones, carved and set by hands 5,000 years ago, transform the solstice into ritual and spectacle. Across Peru's Nazca Desert, vast lines stretch for miles. Figures of animals and spirals etched into the earth. From the ground, they are meaningless. From the air, they reveal shapes aligned to celestial events. And in Mexico, the Pyramid of Kukulkan waits for a single moment each year. On the spring equinox, light and shadow form a serpent that slithers down its steps, an illusion scripted by stone, locked to the movement of the sun. These were not accidents. They were calendars, observatories, and bridges between earth and sky. Yet behind their precision lingers a deeper mystery. How did such knowledge take form so early, in places so far apart? The languages of the sky. Civilizations carved myths into the heavens. In Greece, constellations became heroes and monsters. Orion the hunter, Perseus with his sword. Myths that taught, entertained, and preserved the memory of the stars. In China, emperors relied on astronomers whose records stretch back thousands of years. Comets, eclipses, even the sudden light of exploding stars were written into scrolls. These chronicles remain one of humanity's oldest guides to the changing sky. In India, the Vedas spoke of nakshatras, 27 lunar mansions dividing the heavens. Their rhythm shaped calendars, rituals, and astrology, binding the heavens to human destiny. And in the Pacific, Polynesian voyagers carried no compass, no charts. Instead, they carried the stars in memory, star paths etched into their minds. Guided by constellations, they crossed thousands of miles of ocean, connecting scattered islands by the light above. Everywhere, the sky was not just observed, it was woven into culture, myth, and survival. Knowledge ahead of its time. The puzzle deepens when we measure their accuracy. The Mayan calendar could forecast eclipses centuries into the future. Babylonian scribes tracked the retrograde motion of planets with mathematical skill rivaling much later science. The pyramids of Giza aligned to true north with a precision nearly unmatched until modern instruments. Some say this knowledge was earned through patient observation, generation after generation, watching patterns repeat across the ages. But others suggest something more, that the ancients inherited fragments of wisdom from a forgotten people, a civilization erased by flood, fire, or time itself. Legends of Atlantis, myths of golden ages drowned in catastrophe, stories that whisper of knowledge carried forward, hidden in stone, disguised as myth. Is ancient astronomy the last surviving language of that lost world? The anomalies. Across the globe, anomalies remain. In the Egyptian desert lies Nabta, stone circles aligned to the solstice sun, older than Stonehenge, perhaps humanity's first observatory. In Bolivia, the gateway of the sun rises at Tiwanaku, its carvings marking solar and lunar events with staggering accuracy, though the culture left no written key. And at Göbekli Tepe, in Turkey's rolling hills, stand pillars carved over 11,000 years ago. Among the animals and symbols, some believe the constellations themselves are preserved, an ancient zodiac predating recorded history. Each site older than expected, each aligned to the heavens, each raising a question that lingers. How far back does our knowledge of the stars truly reach? Between science and legend, modern scholars explain much through careful observation, necessity, and ritual. The stars told time. They guided harvests. They framed power. Yet folklore often reveals truths that science struggles to explain. The Dogon of Mali tell of Sirius, the brightest star, and its hidden companion, Sirius B, a dwarf star invisible to the naked eye, only discovered with telescopes in the modern age. How did they know of its existence? In Mesoamerica, Venus was more than light. It was a force of destiny. Its cycle bound kings to prophecy, war, and ritual sacrifice. In Egypt, Sirius was not just a star. It was Isis, and with her rising came the Nile floods, the lifeblood of an empire. Here, science and myth entwine, blurring the line between observation and revelation. The endless sky, from the deserts of Egypt to the jungles of Central America, from the frozen stones of Britain to the windswept plateaus of Bolivia, everywhere humanity raised its gaze. They saw not just stars, but meaning, not just cycles, but destiny, not just light, but divine power. Their temples rose as calendars. Their myths became memory. Their journeys followed constellations across oceans and time. But empires fell, libraries burned, civilizations crumbled, and with them much of their cosmic wisdom vanished. Yet above us, the stars remain unchanged. The same map, the same code, the same eternal mystery, and perhaps, within that night sky, still waits a message, one the ancients once knew, and we have only begun to remember.